Coming right up, another fun Varsity Sports Show.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.
You didn't need the video, did you?
No, you're fine. It's only audio. Yeah, it's only audio. So,
was this not like the Scott Van Pelt show? I'm not live?
All right, go ahead.
Hello, this is OUAZ football coach Mike Nesbitt, and you're listening to the home of youth, high school, and college sports, the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
Great. Now, if you would do it one more time, but read the script.
I don't want to read the script.
KDUS AM 1060 Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix is home for the Dan Patrick Show.
This program is paid for by the JV Sports LLC and its partners.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show, home of Arizona's youth, high school, college sports, and you. Empowering education and enabling dreams. Right here on KDUS AM 1060 in Arizona. And now, welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show here on a beautiful Saturday morning in Metro Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Vince Delisio, and always thrilled when I get a chance to help you start your Saturday morning, help you start your weekend off after a great couple of nights of high school football, college football. Arizona State had a big win last night, go Sun Devils, over Stanford. And it just all in all, you can't complain. You can't complain when you can get up and in the morning, go outside, have a cup of cocoa or coffee or something warm or tea or whatever, and it's in the 70s, low 70s. Sky is somewhat clear, a few clouds here and there, but it's just a beautiful morning, and we're so lucky to live where we live and surround ourselves with great people. And I'm all about that. I love the relationships that I have out there and try to maintain and foster those and look forward to it every week. So this is a great time. I'd like to run through a few of the things that we're doing today in this brief, condensed 1 hour program. As we say, there's a lot of shows that go 2-3 hours, and we do it all in one. We want to get in, get out, get you done, and so you can be off on the rest of your day. And my attention span tends to be a little short anyway, so I figure 1 hour is good enough. Not to say down the road, maybe we'll expand so don't hold us to that hour for now. But right now, we're getting it done, and we're doing a pretty good job with it, I think. We have some special guests that will be joining us this morning. In our first segment, we're going to do a recap of the Thursday night high school football game of the week that featured two very good teams. The Apollo Hawks visiting the Horizon Huskies. It was Horizon's homecoming, and we'll be joined by Horizon head football coach Andy Litten in just a moment. My broadcast partner from that game, Bailey Leasure, will be joining us as well to kind of recap and toss some questions over to Coach Litten on his game plan and moving forward, what he is seeing out there. In our second segment, we'll be joined for the Sabercat report by Saguaro High School Sabercats head football coach Jason Mohns. Big win last night over the Maricopa Rams. big win. It sets them up, tees them up for a big game that they have this coming week, that they are hosting Sierra Canyon out of Chatsworth, California, the San Fernando Valley in Southern California. So that'll be a very big game, and they've got their work cut out for them this week. So we'll talk to Coach Mohns. Going into our midpoint segment, we'll be joined as usual by Canyon View head football coach Nick Gehrts. They had a big win last night over Willow Canyon. It's amazing how these things happen in waves. And big win for the Jaguars. So the Jag Nation, Coach Gehrts, and the play-by-play broadcaster from that game, Ryan Blank, will be joining us. On the second half of that segment, we'll be joined for the Fitness Minute by Tyler Mayer, our old friend Tyler Mayer out at Desert Highlands Golf Club. He'll throw out some tips for fitness for the low-impact, medium-impact people, low-impact like myself. And also, in that final segment, we are going to do our JUCO report, our weekly JUCO report. We'll be joined by Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference Salt River Scorpions head football coach Vaughn Van Dam. This guy's he's impressive. He works hard. He grinds, and he's not much older than my oldest son. So he's a young guy with a lot of energy, and they're doing it right out there at Salt River. They host the Gila River Hawks with head coach Mike Denny. That should be a great game tonight. We'll be streaming that game as well. And then we'll wrap up the show with the Beachin' with Beale report from the Southern California Surfing Report with our old friend Mike Beale. Oh, and one other segment we have before we go to Coach Litten and Bailey. Got an interesting bi-weekly segment that we're introducing called Other Sports. It's kind of a look at what else is going on besides this world of football that we're in right now. So that'll be in during the second segment sometime. It's a quick brief segment. One of our Scottsdale Community College theater arts interns, Ben Waddell, put this together, had a lot of fun with it. It's going to be great. So I think you guys will get a kick out of that. So anyway, let's go right now to getting a recap of the Thursday night high school football game of the week. We are joined by Horizon Huskies head football coach Andy Litten and Bailey Leasure, my broadcast partner from the other night. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Hey, Coach Litten, great win the other night. Congratulations. And Vince here, and welcome to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Coach, talk to us a little bit about your game plan going into that game the other night against Apollo.
You know, we wanted to make sure that we played as clean a game as we possibly could. We thought that, we played a pretty sloppy first half against Millennium the week before. And so that was really our whole message to our kids on a short week, is that we wanted to come out, play clean, and do whatever we could to execute to the fullest extent that we could. And we really wanted to solidify and get our run game going, and I thought we were able to do both of those things. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Bailey, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Coach Litten, that was an impressive win the other night. How impressed were you with the line play on both sides of the ball in that game?
I was really impressed. I thought that we were led by, really our senior leadership. Tyler Rotkamp did an outstanding job on both sides of the ball at a one-tech and at our center. And Booby Santiago did a great job on both sides of the ball as well. And I thought that our line in general did a great job. And we, really were able to execute our plan because of it.
Coach, you've got some kids on both sides of the ball. You went through and talked about some of your linemen there, but the poise that some of these kids showed throughout the evening and the leadership, and I did a double take when I had to look at the height and weight of your running back, because he played much bigger. Wesley Lambert played like a man among boys out there.
Yeah, he finally had the breakout game that he can have. We've been playing some really good opponents, and so he's been bottled up pretty good. Been running hard, but he does a really good job. He's a junior. He's got great speed. He's a very strong kid for how big he is, and that's probably why he looks like he runs bigger than he is. And then he does a good job getting behind big linemen and shielding them. And if you ever see him, he likes to put his hand on other guys' backsides and ride them through holes and stuff, and he does a great job with that.
Coach, coming into this game, both teams, Apollo's strength were the running game. Adam Muhammad has been having a good season for the Apollo Hawks. Did you have the feeling if Wesley Lambert and your guys' running game was able to outrun Apollo, you guys would win?
Yeah, I thought that was a major key to that game, is that we needed to have our run game get going. We've had to throw the ball quite a bit against Millennium, and I thought Skylar the week before had an outstanding game, broke the school record that we, to my knowledge, with 28 completions, but did a great job managing the game. And then this week we wanted to make sure that they were going to give us a lot of man coverage and press and play guys out of the box, and at times 5 guys out of the box. And so we wanted to make sure that we used our kids and took what they gave us.
Coach, I'm looking at your remaining regular season schedule here. Now, obviously, you guys are 5-0. You're 4-0 in region play. You're going to have a big one out at Gilbert this coming week with Coach Derek Zellner out there. Then you're at Saguaro. You're hosting Maricopa. You're at Campo Verde, and you're at Notre Dame Prep. So for your next 5 games, you're hosting one of them. And give us kind of a sneak preview of what you'd expect this week and how things shake out the rest of the year.
Yeah, we've had a friendly confines of being at home the last 4 out of our 5 weeks, and that's been really nice. The one time that we had to travel, we had to win in an overtime game against Desert Edge. So we've been battle tested early, but our schedule doesn't get necessarily easier at all. Our region is one of the best regions in 5A, with Saguaro, Notre Dame, Campo. They're all great football teams, including Gilbert. And so Gilbert poses a really good threat. Watching film on them, they're athletic. They're on a 3-game win streak, and they're armed with the most deadly thing in football, which is belief and buying into their program with what Coach Z does. And so we know that we've got our work cut out for us in the next 5 weeks, and so we're ready for the challenge.
Coach, to go a little bit back to the Apollo game on Thursday, usually when people talk about dominating a game, they talk about offense and defense, but a thing that stood out in the game was the play of special teams. How encouraged were you with their performance, and how does that impact the overall game plan for the Huskies?
It was a big play, special teams, for both teams. They returned a kick for their first score of the night, and then after that we did a great job on special teams. We blocked the kick and returned it for a touchdown. Jack Bodmiller did a great job. He came through right like we drew it up, and was able to get through the line and be there for the block. And then we actually run a player. Ethan Tinsley runs right behind. It's a scripted thing for that exact purpose. So it's nice when you draw up things and they actually work the way that you want it to. And so we had a big momentum shifter there with the block kick. And then right out of the halftime, Cole Linyard, used his speed and was able to hit the edge, and we returned a kick for a touchdown. Those were great plays. And then to top it off, Grady Gross, one of the nation's best kickers, he kicks a 52-yard field goal. So
that was incredible to watch. That was definitely incredible. 52-yard field goal.
He's an impressive young man, and I've never had a weapon like him. It's very comfy to know that you're going to get points once you enter, the 30-yard line.
Sure. Well, Coach Andy Litten, Horizon Huskies football, congratulations on the win on Thursday night at homecoming and over a strong Apollo Hawks team. Very convincing win. Coach, good luck the rest of the way. Go Huskies.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you. Go Huskies. Have a good one, guys.
All right. Bailey, stick around with us. So we're going to bring you on in the next segment here. When we come back from the break, we'll be joined by our old friend, Saguaro High School head football coach Jason Mohns. Another big win last night. Propels them to 4-1, setting up a showdown against a team from Southern California this coming week at home, so it should be exciting. Join us here on the Varsity Sports Show. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll be back after the break. Go Varsity.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 6 to 9 a.m.
This is just something I like to call breakfast.
With big-name guests, timely sports information, and more on KDUS AM 1060.
Hi, this is Bob Jenkins, a member of the Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation. You are listening to the Varsity Sports Show. To help support Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation, go to www.mclef-az.org.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. You've seen their trucks around Metro Phoenix, I'm sure. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Tune in this fall for the Thursday night high school football game of the week and a special segment at halftime called the My Recruits Varsity Sports Show Thursday Night Football Tip of the Week. Take it away, Coach Perrone.
That's right, Vince. Every Thursday night, we are going to give a tip and some knowledge for the viewers and the listeners who are getting ready for the big stage. And also, we're going to talk about various recruits, top prospects from around the Valley.
Tune in every Thursday night at halftime of the Varsity Sports Show NFHS Thursday Night Game of the Week featuring My Recruit segment with Coach Perrone and me.
KDUS AM 1060 is the home to the Dan Patrick Show, the Doug Gottlieb Show, and Sports Map Radio. Catch all the sports content here on AM 1060.
This is the Sabercat Report with Saguaro Sabercat football coach Jason Mohns on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. And now, here's Coach Mohns.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Joined by my broadcast partner on some of our game broadcasts and top-notch producer, Bailey Leasure. Bailey, so you and I you had a chance to call a little bit of last night's game, Saguaro hosting Maricopa. And before we bring Coach Mohns on, I wanted to ask you, Saguaro was playing on point last night. What were your thoughts after seeing what we saw on the field?
I mean, it was just a pure domination there from Saguaro. What was it, like 35-0 at the end of the first quarter? I mean, it was just everything was going right for them. They really dominated the field position battle. I know the Rams have a little bit of trouble with special teams, so I think it was really important for the Sabercats to cash in on those opportunities, and boy, they did so last night.
I'll say, and let's hear from the man himself, the guy that is the captain of this ship, Coach Jason Mohns. Coach Mohns, congratulations. Good morning, sir.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So let's start off. I got to ask, Coach. Now your game plan going in, and you do the weekly Chalk Talk. This week, unfortunately, you were out, but you had Coach Louis Ramirez, your special teams coordinator, kind of run through some things, and he also talked a little O&D for us. He said that you guys wanted to run the ball more last night. I would say that you did that and then some.
Yeah, no, I think like I said pregame when we chatted, we wanted to just kind of focus on us and some of the things that we've seen that we wanted to to work on and put some stuff on film that we can coach off of. So, I thought we did a good job. We were really, really efficient offensively last night and took advantage of the opportunities that we had. And sometimes those games are difficult to keep kids focused. And I thought our kids did a good job of staying focused and just playing Saguaro football and not really worried about what was going on, outside of that.
Coach Mohns, before you joined us, we were talking about the Rams had a little bit of trouble on special teams, and a lot of your drives, you guys were set up in a pretty good field position. How important was it for your team to cash in on those opportunities and score?
Yeah, no, I think you've seen it so far, with the midpoint of the season, that when we get the ball with good starting field position, we've really been finishing drives and scoring touchdowns at a high rate, and it just really opens up the playbook. It allows you to be a little bit more aggressive on first down when you have good starting field position. When an offense can really open up the whole playbook and attack, it puts the defense on their heels. And so we've done a good job of that. Defense has been aggressive and forced some turnovers. Special teams has made big plays and given us the ball. And we've started on the plus side of the 50 quite a bit over the last few weeks, and that's been a huge part of the success that we've had.
Coach, I know you had mentioned a little while ago about focusing on you guys focusing on yourselves, playing your game, and with a handful of your kids being recruited by colleges, this process can get very stressful, and it can cause some of these young people to lose a little bit of focus. But credit to your quarterback. This week he had announced his commitment to the University of Idaho. So now that he's got that monkey off his back, Ridge Dutchakal is such a focused young man. But how would you assess his play last night?
Well, I think he was 10 of 11 for 272 yards and 4 touchdowns. So, he was about as efficient as you can get.
Coach, he missed one pass. What happened?
Yeah, that one was probably on me. We called kind of a shot play and ran a double move, and they didn't really bite on the first one. So that was really the one play that we didn't really allow him to go through a progression. And so no, he did a great job last night. And it's the thing that you see. The recruiting process can be so stressful for these young men and for their families, and there's so much uncertainty. And I know he told me when we talked after he let me know that he was going to make his commitment Saturday after the South Point game. He wanted to focus on the South Point game, but I think just even knowing that he was going to do it, I felt like he was a lot more loose and relaxed. Played great against South Point, was very efficient. I think that's the thing within our offense, and we talk to Ridge all the time, is just stay inside the scheme, and if you do that, big plays are going to happen and you're going to have a lot of success. And so he really has stacked 2 great games in a row. But I know he told me on Monday after he made the commitment, he just felt like he had a 1,000-pound gorilla off his back, and you could just see his demeanor. He's got a smile on his face. He's got a little bounce in his step, and that's great. And that's what you want to see. He's found a place that loves him and he's excited about. He's got a home for the next 4 years. He's going to get to reconnect with the Hatton brothers, who are playing up there, and Hayden, who was a All-American receiver last year there. It'll be awesome to see those guys be able to connect on Saturdays for some big plays.
Wow.
Coach, you guys really played a free football. I didn't really turn over the ball. How important was that to the overall game plan?
Well, it's huge. You can't hurt yourself, and that was one of the things that we saw, in the close game against ALAQC. We just absolutely killed ourselves, and in the Chaparral game, kind of a similar thing where it was a lot of our mistakes and penalties and missed opportunities were really what we thought was the difference in that game. So we've gotten a lot better. Last night we only had 4 penalties. We show up every Saturday morning and put the kids on the big cement stadium. You guys have been you've walked up to the top of that thing. That'll burn your legs out pretty good. And we spread up there for every penalty we have. And I think the first week we had 12 sprints, and then it was 10, and then it was 8, and then it was 6, and this morning it was 4. So we're making an effort, a concerted effort to be disciplined, to not give anybody anything for free, and so I'm proud of our kids for that. Not turning the ball over, forcing turnovers, and being disciplined. That's a huge part of this game and being a successful team.
Coach, let's in our remaining minute or two here, let's talk about the guys that are going to be coming to town this week. You got Sierra Canyon, big Southern CIF section California team, Southern California. Now they're coming in with a 4-3 record. However, the competition back there every school is very, very competitive and exceptional in their play. What do you expect? What do you see from them?
Well, let's talk about their 3 losses first. St. John Bosco is, I think, the number 2 team in the country. Servite, who I think is the number 3 team in the country, and Corona Centennial, who I think is the top 15 team in the country as well. So, they've lost 3 games, but they've lost to 3 of the absolute best teams in the entire country, and they were competitive in all 3 of those games. And then their 4 wins are against good opponents too. So they're the real deal. I think they're a top 50 to 60 team in the country right now, ranking wise. I think they're the number 6 or 7 team in California, which, anybody knows anything about high school football knows that if you're a top 10 team in California, you're a big time team. And so, John Ellinghouse, their head coach, is a personal friend of mine. We coached together in the Army All-American game and again for Team USA, and a ton of respect for him and the program that he runs. It's big boy football, and they're not going to come out here and be intimidated by Saguaro High School. So we just got to line up and play ball and be physical. And we've been watching them on film, and we're very impressed. But we also feel like we have the tools that we need to go in and be competitive and win that game. So got to have a great week. Focus, just what we were just talking about right before that question. Discipline, mistake free. Forcing some turnovers, protecting the ball, don't give them anything. We get into that kind of game, and we feel like we got a shot to beat a really good team. So it'll be a great test for us, and we're excited about it. Our kids are excited. We kind of had that one circled on our schedule as probably the best team on our regular season schedule. So we got our work cut out for us, but those are the kind of games that our kids love and usually respond well to.
That's it. That's exciting, Coach. Congratulations on last night's win. I know you're back at it, back at work. And we look forward to covering this next week's game against Sierra Canyon, a little bigger stage, but it'll be a lot of fun, I sense. And your kids are starting to peak here at the right time. It'll be a great week for you. So congrats, Coach, and good luck.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a good weekend.
You too. All right. That's head football coach Jason Mohns here on the Sabercat Report. So, Bailey, thanks so much for joining in. My broadcast partner, Bailey Leasure, did a great job with questions there. And I wanted to set up the next segment here. So we have an intern from Scottsdale Community College. His name is Ben Waddell. He's a very, very bright young man and put together a segment for us. It's going to be a bi-weekly segment because we talked about, he said, why don't you cover other sports? And I said, well, football takes up so much of our show during football season. That's kind of what we do. And he said, I got an idea. Let's run with this thing. It's other sports. Aaron, hit it.
And now, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show, a speed round of all the other sports news with Rory Williams.
Golf. The 2021 Shriner Children's Open is underway. Wednesday's match at the San Siro was a test of Italy's 37-match run without defeat since they won Euro 2020. In racing news, Formula One has revealed how it hopes to develop a fully sustainable fuel which will cut carbon emissions by up to 65%. Quote, this 100% sustainable drop in fuel, meaning it can be used in a standard internal combustion engine without any modification to the engine itself. Cricket. England will be well prepared for 2020 World Cup because half of the squad are getting used to conditions in the United Arab Emirates by playing in the Indian Premier League, bowler Timil Mills says. Jousting. How has a jousting team dealt with lockdown measures? With long lances, it might seem like a pursuit made for these days of social distancing, but alas, the team based in the Scottish borders have all been badly affected by the coronavirus outbreak. Baseball. MLB's postseason format is likely headed for big changes next year with an expanded postseason chess boxing. The first ever Nordic chess boxing was hosted by the Finnish Chess Boxing Club in Helsinki the 2nd of October 2021.
This has been a speed round of all the other sports news brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show.
There you have it, folks. You don't need to go get your sports anywhere else. You got it all right there. You got golf, you got baseball, everything you could possibly ask for wrapped up in about a 1.5 minute segment. Okay, moving right along. When we come back from the break, we'll be joined by Canyon View High School head football coach Nick Gehrts for the Jag Nation and the play-by-play broadcaster out there, Mr. Ryan Blank. Folks, stick around. Thanks again for joining us. We're halfway through this one. We'll be back after the break. Go Varsity.
Catch the Doug Gottlieb Show weekdays from 1 to 3 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and online at KDUS1060.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Katie Breckeisen with Fix Body Group, and you're listening to the Varsity Sports Show.
Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company with their customers' clothing styles in mind. Their goal is to clothe the world your way. High-end, comfortable clothing at affordable prices. Check out their custom-made hats, shirts, masks, and vintage gear. They outfit the Varsity Sports Show crew and sponsor the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game Award. Find them at stessamovement.ecwid.com. Spelled S-T-E-S-A for style. Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets-Built Contracting. You've seen their trucks around Metro Phoenix, I'm sure. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets-Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets-Built at 480-584-3675.
24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468-1135. Proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Interact with Bob Kemp's poll question on KDUS1060.com. That's KDUS1060.com. And while you're there, check out Bob Kemp's bottom line at KDUS1060.com.
Hey, you ready?
You are listening to the home of Canyon View Jaguar football, the Jag Nation, on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. And now, here's Coach Nick Gehrts.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. Vince DeLisio here, and that's our cue for the Jag Nation. And as I said earlier, man, this thing happens in waves. We've got wins galore for the programs that we're covering. And so not to be disappointed here. Let's talk about another great win in what I believe is going to be a rivalry game for years to come in the West Valley, and that is Canyon View and Willow Canyon. Joining us on the line, got a couple of folks here. We've got the broadcaster from last night's game, Mr. Ryan Blank, and we've got the man of the hour here, the man of the segment, head football coach from Canyon View, Nick Gehrts. Gentlemen, good morning.
Morning, Vince. How are you?
I'm all right, man. Hey, Coach Gehrts, congrats on the win. Wow. So you came out and your guys played, and you had a great win last night. Ryan was on the call, but tell us a little bit about the game plan going in.
Yeah, I thought we were able to come out and execute pretty well in all three phases of the game. We had a couple of hiccups, but defensively they played really well again. I think we forced 2 turnovers, and offensively, I thought we controlled the line of scrimmage, and the more you can control the line of scrimmage, I think that it's just going to continue to be in our favor, and we've done that for 2 weeks in a row now, and it's been fun to watch.
Coach
Ryan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Vince. How are you?
Okay, go ahead.
Coach, last night you saw Anthony Munoz from yours have his first touchdown reception this season. Last week was his first game, and he did not get any targets. Was that emphasis this week getting him involved?
Yeah, Anthony's is coming back. Last week was his first week back, and he had surgery over the summer, and he had a pretty significant injury, and I think he was out for, I think it was a 6 to 8 week injury. So last week was the opportunity to get him back and get him in some playing time and see how that ankle feels. And then this week, I think you saw a little more catches, but I think he'll continue to get more comfortable on that as we go, and hopefully we have some more big catches like we did this week.
Onto the defense. Your defense held a team that scored 158 points over their past 2 games to a mere 14 points last night. What did you guys game plan for last night when you were prepping for this game?
Yeah, we wanted to come out and stop the run, and we had one bad call, and they had that long touchdown run, but the emphasis was to come out and stop the run and try to make them one-dimensional and throw the ball. And we did really well defensively. And like I said, forced some turnovers. They had 2 turnovers again last night. So anytime we can create turnovers, it's always going to help us.
Week, what do you want to see your team improve on as you head down the UMUD to take on Kofa?
Yeah, we're excited about getting on the bus and getting out of school early and going on a long trip to Yuma. And this week we really just need to focus on ourselves, and it's always about ourselves. This week we went 1-0 again in region, and that's what we're trying to do every week is just go 1-0. And when we get to the end, like I tell you guys all the time, we'll add them up and see where we're at. But I think we got a great opportunity again this week to go on the road and get another win in region play, and really it sets us up really nice with this road trip, and then next week the bye week for us. And we're pretty banged up right now, so it gives us an opportunity to get healed up.
Well, Coach, I'm looking at your schedule here. You're sitting at 3-3 overall. You've got 4 here in region play coming up, and to close out the season should make for a great finish for you as long as you keep the momentum going. As Ryan had indicated, you guys are heading down to Yuma this week. We're going to be streaming that game for you. It should be a lot of fun. Ryan is going to be hitting the road. He'll have a lot of fun with that. Then you've got Independence, Kellis, and Agua Fria to close out the regular season, and then our fingers are crossed that we have a strong postseason and things go well. So, Coach, congrats again on the win last night. Coach Nick Gehrts, Canyon View High School with the Jag Nation. Have a great weekend, Coach.
Thanks, you too.
All right. Hey, Ryan, nice job, and as always, and keep up the good work, my friend. We'll talk to you next week.
Talk to you next week.
Okay. Take it away, Aaron.
The Varsity Sports Show presents the Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. Get tips on staying healthy and active with locally renowned fitness guru Tyler Mayer. And now, here's Tyler.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. This segment sponsored by Fixed Body Group of Arizona and our old friend out at Desert Highlands Golf Club, Mr. Tyler Mayer. Good morning, Tyler.
Vince, good morning. Good morning, Varsity listeners. How is everybody today? You guys
Everybody's good, yeah, I don't know about everybody. I'm doing okay. I woke up on this side of the gravel, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Beautiful. I tell you, I've got the perfect situation. Listening to all this high school football talk, the golf event coming up. I'm nestled in here in about 20 soccer fields, so couldn't be a better situation right now this morning. Trained already this morning, had a few clients this morning. Everything is just fantastic.
All right.
You know,
Stop bragging about working out. What do you got for us low-impact people, my friend?
Well, I'll tell you what, Vince, I'm gonna hit you with one this morning. So, I want to make sure your listeners know it's not all about low impact. I can bring the heat too. So when we do low impact, it's very specific. But today, we're going to talk about something that everybody is capable of doing, and I love the high intensity. Now, high intensity doesn't always mean high impact. So we're going to talk about something called Tabata training. Tabata training, I'm going to go over what that is. Again, it's short duration, high-intensity interval training. So research has proven that the shorter duration, higher intensities really impact both aerobic, which is with oxygen, utilizing that oxygen, and anaerobic, which is without, which means we catch our breath when it's done. So who is able to do this type of training? Anybody is, specifically those who don't have a lot of time, right? We value our time. So when you're short on time, this is great for those individuals. Coaches, Tabata type of training circuits are awesome to work into our conditioning programs. I'll get over what this is. Now, again, why? It's a great way to train, again, the aerobic and anaerobic pathways. but it's also fantastic to get over any kind of fitness plateaus. So, again, the concept of this is the freedom to choose your exercises. We're going to look at a lower body, upper body, typically a total body, and a core exercise. How it works, listeners, I'm going to give you a sample here. Write these down. A push-up, a squat, a burpee, and a mountain climber, okay? You can YouTube any of those if you want to. Typically, Vince, how that's set up is we go from exercise to exercise, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of recovery, and we set the timer. Usually each exercise is done for about 4 minutes at that interval, and then move on to the next exercise. So, ladies and gentlemen, within 20 minutes, you can have a great workout, increase your aerobic capacity, and continue what we call that metabolic burn long after the exercise is done. So when we talk about it, keep it simple, keep it fun, keep it moving. And again, the best program is the one that you'll do.
Okay, so Tabata training, give us those exercises again, and how many reps each one? Push-ups, sit-ups?
So so we've got a push-up, we've got a squat, we've got a burpee, which again, we can modify those any way you see fit, and a mountain climber. Those can be inverted, where we're just leaning up against the countertop. A burpee can be where we just drop our hands to the floor, step the legs out, and then step back in. Again, it's modifiable to your fitness level, but again, it's about 20 seconds of work. So I like the duration because we're not worried about repetition. We're going for 20 seconds of work, 10-second recovery, and then hit it again.
Push-up, squat, burpee, mountain climber.
That's it.
I don't know about that mountain climber one. That one sounds a little, little laborious.
I tell people I would take a burpee any day over a mountain climber, but it's keeps us in check. It's a total body, definitely engages the core. And again, you guys, you can supplement those 4 workouts, change them out with anything, but that format of 20 on, 10 off, anybody is capable of doing that.
20 on, 20 off. And as always,
20
you
on,
recommend
10
a little
off, yep.
Oh, sorry, 20 on, 10 off. You always recommend a little bit of stretching before. What is an easy stretching regimen?
Typically a dynamic warm-up can start that type of workout. So mimic the exercises you're going to do. Do some arm openers, some arm circles, because we're going to get the chest warmed up. Do some body weight squats, even though we'll do those in the exercise. And then maybe just do some hip flexor stretches, which is that 1 foot front, 1 leg back, and just tuck those hips up underneath. We could do some fire hydrants, some hip openers. Anything that we're going to do in that workout, we want to make sure we're dynamically warmed up and ready to go. And, of course, the cool down is going to be about bringing that heart rate back down and getting those muscles back to lengthened state.
Awesome. Tyler, as always,
I love
great
it.
job. What can you leave us with?
Well, I think what I can leave us with is everybody, take in stride what we're all going through right now. We all have choices. Our conditions and our futures all decide on those choices that we make today. So make those good choices that your future self will thank you for.
Awesome. I love that your future self will thank you for. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you, guys.
The Fitness Minute is brought to you by Fixed Body Group with locations in San Diego and Phoenix. Go to fixedbodygroup.com.
All right, guys. Well, wow. We are just about 3/4 of the way through the show. Talked a lot of sports, a lot of football, a little bit of other sports, some training there with our old buddy, Fitness Minute, Tyler Mayer. And when we come back from the break, we're going to close out. I guarantee you are going to laugh. You will laugh. That's how we're going to end the show. We'll be joined first by our old friend, Coach Vaughn Van Dam of the Salt River Scorpions of the Holcomb Junior College Athletic Conference. Big game tonight out at Glendale Sports Complex that will be streaming for the folks that can't make it out there. Then we're going to do our regular bi-weekly Southern California surfing report with our old friend, my old acquaintance from high school, Mr. Mike Beale, who lives in Southern California. It'll be fun. Stick around, folks, here on the Varsity Sports Show. We got one segment to go. You're going to love it. Go Varsity.
Every Monday night, check out Ray Adams as he hosts the Monday Night Golf and Lifestyle Show from 6 to 7 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060.
Hi, this is John Crane, Vice Mayor of Carefree, and you're listening to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbeterathletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind. Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company with their customers' clothing styles in mind. Their goal is to clothe the world your way. High-end, comfortable clothing at affordable prices. Check out their custom-made hats, shirts, masks, and vintage gear. They outfit the Varsity Sports Show crew and sponsor the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game Award. Find them at stessamovement.ecwid.com, spelled S-T-E-S-A for style.
24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468-1135. Proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Check out KDUS AM 1060 on 100.7 KSLX HD2. That's right, HD radio on 100.7 channel number 2.
It's the JUCO Report on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, the Varsity Sports Show. News and notes from the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference. Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Vince DeLisio here, bringing you the latest from the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference. And we're joined by, I'd call him an old friend, but he's more of a new friend that has done a great job managing his football team, the Salt River Scorpions. Coach Vaughn Van Dam. Coach Van Dam, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Coach, when I talked to you last week out at that game with the Pumas at halftime, you'd expressed a little bit of disappointment with how your team was playing at the time. You talked about the Pumas coming out and really showcasing, playing a good game. What has since gone on since then? How's your week been?
I think, just coming off of a loss, the first loss of the season, I think it was humbling for my kids. It's good to see us come back to work and actually, practice hard and practice like we, not like we're just the man, So I think,
Sure.
Losing was humbling, and I think that we will grow from it. And, hopefully next time we see them, which might be for the whole conference, on the line. Hopefully we're more prepared next time. But, we learned some things. We saw some flaws, but we also shot ourselves in the foot with drop balls and missed blocks and stuff like that, missed tackles. So, if we clean up a few things, I don't think we lose that game. But, it's good to go through that so we can grow.
So let's talk about that. So there's always going to be teachable moments coming out of games. And you had mentioned some drop balls and things. What were some great things that you saw on film coming out of last week's game?
Some great things?
Sure.
Man, honestly, there wasn't a whole lot. In my opinion, we had came out the first 3 games and put up over 25 points. So last week, we got in the red zone countless times and couldn't finish. So, we were sustaining drives and stuff like that, just couldn't finish. Defense was on the field too much. They got us 6 turnovers. So, they did what they were supposed to do. But offensively, we failed the rest of the team. So, me as the offensive coordinator, I take a lot of blame of that. And, we got to clean up the drop balls and stuff like that. So this week we caught a lot of balls in practice and, got back to the basics, and hopefully that can take us back to the win column this week.
So you have an established high standard for your team, because you don't sound like somebody that throws out compliments that easily, and you're never going to sugarcoat things based on the question that I just asked you about good things coming out of the game. So how's the team responded this week?
I think we responded good. I think we got that hunger back, the underdog mentality, and I kind of told everybody, we were 3-0. I still don't think everybody respected us and believed what we were doing was real. So I told them this week when we get back to it, we got to play for respect, and we got to play to show that we're a top team in this conference. So, that's the goal. And obviously people told me when I first took this job that all you got to do is win one game and, you'll be more successful than the last Salt River team. But, I see us having the opportunity to go all the way. So, any expectation lower than that, we're not going to accept it. So, we're here to win, and hopefully we don't lose any more games, but we got to come out today and fight, because this is a team that, they haven't been successful so far. They've had some bumps, they've had some bruises. So, hopefully we can take advantage of that.
Coach Vaughn Van Dam of the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference, Salt River Scorpions, big one tonight. They'll be hosting out at Glendale Sports Complex in the shadow of State Farm Stadium. They'll be hosting the Gila River Hawks with the debut of Coach Mike Denny. Coach, for our final question here, what are you seeing on film from this Hawks team? What are you expecting? Coach Denny, he's a great guy, cares about his team. You've known him, worked with him. What can you expect?
Man, Coach Denny's a great coach, man, and him having 2 weeks to prepare for us and make some changes. What we saw on film is I don't think what we're going to get, so I didn't really pay too much attention to what they were doing on film, because I know Denny's going to come out and give us a different look and stuff like that. And I know he, watches a lot of film and stuff like that. So I know he's prepared, man, and he's a great coach. And, he's going to be a tough opponent to go against. Obviously, they got a lot of talent as well. So, we're not taking anybody lightly. I know they haven't won a game, but, this is my old team too. So it's kind of personal, Coach Horn's old team. So we're going to come out and fight for this one for sure.
All right. One of the rising young stars here in college football, it's Coach Vaughn Van Dam of the Salt River Scorpions. Coach, when you're up for contract renegotiation, I want to be a part of that negotiation. I think I can get you more.
I got you, Vince. I got you.
All right. Have a great day, and good luck tonight, Coach.
All right. Thank you.
All right, man. That was the JUCO report. And Coach Vaughn Van Dam, what a guy, what a team, what a coach, what a league. So it should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that one. Hit it, Aaron.
And now it's time for Beachin' with Beale. Random thoughts from a real Orange County, California surfer guy, Mike Beale. The opinions expressed during this segment in no way represent those of KDUS AM 1060 Arizona, the Varsity Sports Show, its host, or its listeners.
So welcome back. Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. And we always set up this segment with a disclaimer. And that disclaimer is that there are random thoughts from a guy who's just head is at any given spot at any given time. And we throw the disclaimer that any opinions expressed are his own. They have nothing to do with me, our station, our studio, our program, or our community. So that being said, I'd like to introduce a good friend of mine from my past and present, Mr. Mike Beale, with the Southern California Surfing Report. Mike, you're not in Southern California today.
No, I'm actually
What are you doing, running? What is that?
I'm actually loitering in the parking lot of the Diamond Casino in Reno, Nevada right now.
Wow, the biggest little city in America.
Yeah, the biggest little city in America. It's sort of like the Beverly Hills of Nevada, if you will.
Okay.
I'm looking around the parking lot. I can see some of the city's elite just standing around with me, kind of waiting for some action. But
are there, when you say city's elite just kind of hanging around, are they like sitting there? Are there paper bags with bottles inside them as they're waiting for the casinos to open, or what's going on?
Yeah, I can see a couple of hobos here and there. Sure.
Okay.
I think there's a train track nearby. It's got a little bit of everything for everybody here.
Yeah. Why are you there?
I was in Lake Tahoe last week for a conference, and I don't know if any of the listeners are familiar with it. It's on the California-Nevada border, and it's quite lovely. It's sort of like the Flagstaff of, if you will, with Lake Mary. in comparison to Arizona. It's quite nice. A lot of skiing in the winter, and then the lake. I think it's the largest or second largest lake in the United States. Natural. It's quite lovely. Yeah.
So it's obvious that we are not going to surprise our listening audience with a Southern California surfing report this week. Since you are nowhere near a beach. But...
I do have some news I need to share with our listeners. But before I do,
news.
Some real relevant surf news. But listening to Tyler's Fitness Minute, it reminded me, I wasn't going to say this except you were ripping on me during the intro. You were like a low impact pioneer, because I remember in the off season of football, I thought it was in high school. I thought it was weird that you used to bench with just the bar and no weights. And
well, I didn't want to tear anything.
Yeah, that was revolutionary back then. No, but the big news is, I don't know if I'm sure you guys have heard about it. A week ago, 150 gallons of oil spilled 7 miles off the coast of Huntington Beach. There's an oil rig out there right across from Golden West Street, and it proceeded to pollute and kind of actually destroy Huntington, Newport, and parts of Laguna. And so the beach was closed for an entire week. Couldn't get in. A lot of wildlife died. Yeah. And I heard they're just sort of reopening a little bit, but that is the unfortunately sad big news coming out of Southern California at the moment.
Yeah, it's tragic. So... okay, well, Mike, that's unfortunate, and I promised our listeners, and as sad and as real the news is sometime, that you would leave them with something insightful that maybe might even make them laugh. And the stuff about my bench press days back in high school, that's not funny. So, you got anything else?
Well, I did see, for some of your more conservative listeners, that you want to bring the mask mandate back, just because of the wonders it did for you socially, in that it sort of obscured your large nose, and it to some extent disguised your breath. So I don't know if you posted that on the KDUS webpage.
No, I did not. But thank you for bringing that up. So,
I just saw that on Twitter this morning. So
okay, so the gloves have officially come off, and we appreciate that. So, wow. All right, Mike. Well, that was awful nice of you, Mike. How long are you going to be up there, and what is your mode of transportation?
Mercifully, I'm catching a flight in 2 hours back to John Wayne in Orange County. I've definitely had enough of it up here. It's kind of different. It's super cold. It was snowing the other day, and it's tough terrain. I'm looking forward to going back and hitting the beach tomorrow.
All right. Well, safe travels to you, Mike. Thanks so much, Mike Beale with the Beachin' with Beale, Southern California Surfing Report. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. We just finished up another hour here on the Varsity Sports Show, Saturday morning, October 9th, 2021. Big thanks to my old buddy Mike Beale. Big thanks to our other guests this week, Coach Vaughn Van Dam of the Salt River Scorpions. Big thanks to Coach Jason Mohns, Saguaro High School. Big thanks to Canyon View football coach Nick Gehrts. And finally, Coach Andy Litten of Horizon High School, and then our guest broadcasters, Bailey Leasure and Ryan Blank. Ladies and gentlemen, and the Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer, Mr. Tyler Mayer. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for joining us. Have a great weekend, everyone, a great week. Tune in tonight for some JUCO football. We'll be live streaming. Find us on Twitter to get that, at Varsity Show. Have a great week, everyone. Look forward to talking to you again next week. Treat each other well, and go Varsity.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scott.